I knew things before they happened from the time I was a child. At the age of 8, I saw a spirit at the foot of my bed and didn't know what it was. And in my 20s, I finally realized I had a special ability that could help others. I have learned that love never dies. There is a spirit world that can communicate with us, and we all have the gift of intuition. Join me, and together we will explore the possibilities of the unknown from beyond and more. This is CharVision. Hey everybody, it's Sunny and Char, and today is May 31st, 2019. My goodness, time is flying by. And so it's an interesting day today because I've been doing this show for 4 years. We have over 130 shows. And today is the first time, well, no, I think it's the second time that Tony Sweet is not engineering my show, but I have Ryan. So I want to thank you, Ryan, for helping us today. You're an angel, and I love working with you so far. So far.
Fingers crossed.
He says fingers crossed. Okay, so today I have like a fascinating woman on today, and her name is Francie Lora. Thank you for being here, Francie.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is, okay, her story is incredible. I mean, well, first of all, you're from New York, and you're a professional therapist.
Yes. Once upon a time,
You
I
were.
was. Yeah,
So, and you were counseling women with cancer.
I was.
Okay. And so you and your husband moved where, to Los Angeles?
Well, actually, what happened was.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you tell me the story?
Okay.
But I just want to tell everybody, besides this, is that she was homeless for 8 years. And look how gorgeous she is and how amazing she is. And how anyone can survive that, I don't know. So tell us the story.
And actually, it begins with, okay. I was in New York, and I was not married at that time.
Oh, okay.
I was a grief counselor.
Okay.
I worked with women with cancer, then I did grief. And I was a grief counselor for 9/11. And, okay, I was a grief counselor for 9/11. And for a year, I worked with 20 women who had lost beloveds in the event.
Oh.
And then they threw me a surprise tea party.
Oh.
And gave me a computer and final draft and said, you've got to go to L.A. and write your stories.
Wow.
And it was just a time in my life when I had been a single mother. My daughters were grown. My golden retriever was having a hard time with a walk-up. And I thought, I'm going to do it. So I headed west, and
Yeah. We just need you to talk into the mic.
Oh.
Thank you. Just like right there, like you're singing.
And my dog died on the way. He died in Boulder, Colorado, and I met my husband.
Wow.
Sort of in one fell swoop. We sort of fell in love over the idea of the...
Get a little closer to the microphone,
Over
sweetie.
the idea of...
Get really close.
Really
there you
close.
go. Now
Okay.
you're good.
Okay. So, so where were we? So we came on to L.A. together.
You fell in love.
We
and
fell
you
in
can-
love.
But
and
you already had 2 kids.
I did. They're grown. They were already grown.
Okay.
Yeah, and we sort of had a backstory, too. I'm not sure how to do this, but...
You just talk into the mic.
Okay.
I know you're not used to this.
I'm not used to it.
You're so fresh and so like generic. It's so nice. It's like
Thank
so
you.
real. Anyway, go on.
So we came on to L.A. completely believing in, my dream, and he was a high-end carpenter, but believing in the stories. And we got to L.A., and incredible things started happening. I was, and this is the story of how
you came to L.A. to be a writer.
I came here to be a writer.
And you
That
were
was
like
my
a
passion.
therapist. You had a degree in therapy.
However, I was a child prodigy writer. I grew up in South India. I entered competitions around. I won awards from Queen Elizabeth and Charles de Gaulle.
Seriously?
As a child. And then I went on to just live my life. But just the way you have your gift, I had a gift, and what I knew about it was I have to live my stories. and then I write them. I have to live them. So
you feel them.
I've had an incredible life of living a lot of stories.
That's
Little did I
a
know.
lot of stories, because I read some of your blogging, and those like fascinating stories. And you lived in India.
I did. I grew up in India. My father was a humanitarian. It was a beautiful way to grow up. But again, that's another story. I have a screenplay on that.
But wait, when were you in Michigan? You told me you were in Michigan before we started.
When I was a tiny little girl, we lived in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Okay.
And so the place that everybody
would go to Northern Michigan.
Was Northern Michigan.
We had that in common. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how that happened.
Okay.
But then when we came back to America, when I was a teenager, Michigan was where we went for summer vacations. So that's how that happened.
Wow. Okay.
So, okay. So I went forward and lived stories. Little did I know that being homeless is one of the stories that I was going to have to live. And what I realized in retrospect, and I knew it while we were living it, which I will tell you about how that happened, but there is nothing... there are some things you can imagine what it would be like. You can see people on the corner and kind of go...
You mean being homeless?
Yeah.
What is it like to be homeless?
I mean, it's there are so many nuances and so many levels to this.
Wait, you had a dog,
yeah,
and a husband,
yeah, but
and all three of you were homeless.
The only thing,
but the kids were grown.
Yeah, they're grown, but they had their own lives to live. And what I know is, I did exactly what a lot of people my age have done when they go homeless, which is you don't want to be completely honest with your children about it because you want them to be able to live their lives. You don't want them to derail their lives for you. And also there's a certain dignity that, it's a tough walk because all of society basically wants to kind of have you go away. They don't want to hear that you're home.
People don't want to see homeless people.
No, they immediately equate. See, being homeless and being mentally challenged are two very different things, and often they overlap. But people automatically want to put them together, and the minute you say it, there's so much fear.
Right, because a lot of people go into
what is the matter
they let
with you?
people out of mental institutions and they give them a one-way bus ticket to go to a warm climate,
which is also, I mean, there's so much that needs to be dealt with here.
So it's but our society is just so dysfunctional.
There is, there's hours and hours worth of things to talk about here.
Okay.
So I will just try to. First of all, what happened was, I had a sister that got brain cancer, and she was not covered by insurance.
Oh, no.
So every penny I had and that my father had, we put into saving my sister.
Wow.
And then she died, my father died, and my mother died, all in one fell swoop.
Oh, no.
Plus, my husband got psoriatic arthritis and couldn't hold his tools.
Oh, no.
So all of this happened, and that's how we went homeless. And I'd come out here to write. I did not have my license for.
So when you say here, we're in Los
LA.
Angeles, everybody.
Yeah.
So just so
listeners
know.
Everything happened really fast. We lost everything. The only thing we had was each other, our golden retriever, and a black Subaru station wagon.
Whoa.
And we truly went from having to not having an income, not having a dime, and. It's something that unless you live that, you can't imagine
where your next meal's coming from.
Right. And so you go into a survival mode that is even different than having a sickness and having a roof over your head. You go into, what are we going to do? I mean,
what did you do?
Okay. So
the first night, what did you do?
Well, the first night, that's kind of a blur. We slept in the car and we're just totally in shock. But what did happen pretty soon afterwards was on my computer, I sort of Googled how to be homeless. It's like...
Wait, people gave you a computer?
I had a computer.
Oh, you had a computer.
My computer that the women had given me.
Okay. The women,
my grief counseling.
Your grief counseling
from 9/11
gave you. Okay.
So
from 9/11.
Yeah, I had grief counseled for 9/11.
Okay.
So The idea of house sitting came up. So I got into house sitting, but because we had the dog, Norman, my husband, could not house sit. So he and the dog basically lived on the Venice boardwalk. And I went into house sitting homes of wealthy people. So we had these two worlds that we were living.
Oh my God.
Though I still did not have a home, so it was still kind of, free falling. But every evening we sat on the Santa Monica bike path in our car to brainstorm.
So you met him every evening?
Every evening he would pick me up because I didn't have a car.
Right.
So he'd pick me up, we'd go there, and the ocean...
But did you sleep at the house-sitting places?
At times. I mean, we're talking about 8 years worth of all over the place.
8 years?
8 years.
And how recently?
2 years ago.
Unbelievable.
And I'm still in recovery. That's why
it still
takes a while.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot.
I mean, I can't imagine.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine, which is why I've written a whole TV series about it.
Oh,
someday.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm also a grief counselor now. I work with people who lose their houses in fires and muds and beloveds in shootings and drugs.
Mudslides.
Yeah. And, sorry, mudslides, not muds. But they all say we need a right life raft, and you are our life raft. Well, so I've written a series.
Okay, so you're a professional writer now.
I am.
And how did you get a job writing?
Well, actually, that was kind of an interesting thing because that's how I got out of being homeless.
Oh.
One of the wealthy people whose houses I was taking care of needed a speech written for a celebrity that was being celebrated. I was a ghostwriter. I am a ghostwriter. So I can't say who or what is going on.
Right.
And I wrote the speech for him, and he was so delighted. He paid me quite well, and the word spread. And that's how I rose out after 8 years.
And what happened to your husband?
He is no longer my husband.
Okay, you got a divorce.
But only not because we don't love each other and are
right.
He lives in Germany in a Buddhist monastery.
Oh, good for him.
He's recovering and he's working with refugees in Europe, and he's building his arthritis is better, and he's building altars and benches for all the monks.
Oh, so he's peaceful and
he's good.
He's happy there.
Yeah,
and you keep in touch with him.
Today's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Norman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's we have a pretty unusual relationship because of this.
Have you been to Germany to visit?
No, I have not been out of LA. See, I'm still living hand to mouth.
Okay.
I mean, I'm very much, and I have a sensitivity around it because there is no such thing as security in this world.
Right.
The only security we have is ourselves.
That's true.
And so the only security we have is ourselves. So, and I don't live in fear around that, but I'm very, I have a nest, and I'm so grateful to have my nest. It makes me cry.
Thank God.
That I don't want to go anywhere. Not yet.
Right.
I don't want to go anywhere.
And so you are writing now.
I'm writing. I've got 12 projects. I've got screenplays. I've got TV series. I'm a major writer.
Now, are you? Oh, you're amazing. Now, are you writing?
But nothing's happened
Has anyone
yet.
hired you?
No.
Okay, so if there's anybody here watching who needs screenwriters or ghostwriters,
but
how do they get you?
My passion.
What's your Facebook?
Francie Lora.
FrancieLora.
Yeah.
Francie Lora.
Yeah.
On Facebook. So you've got all this knowledge. You've got all these gifts.
I do.
And they just need to be directed into a job.
They do.
But you're also counseling.
Yeah, that's sort of
But
unofficial.
are you doing that?
It's
But maybe
free.
you should be doing that on the side to make money.
I don't have my license in California.
Where's your license?
New York.
So you can't be like
There's a whole lot that you have to go through, and it's not where I am right now. But I do have something else.
What?
I design and create tapestries, which once upon a time were collected by members of the Guggenheim.
Wow.
So they're beautiful.
Okay, but wait a second. Let's back up a minute. You also sold cookies.
I did. And that is a very important. That is how
You sold cookies to Whole Foods.
Yeah, that was what we did okay, this was a theme. This is a very important issue about being homeless.
Okay.
Is you have to figure out a way to get out. And that was what we thought we were going to do to get out. It took us 2 years. I would bake cookies in the ovens of the homes that I was house sitting, and I peddled them on the street, Norman-fashioned bags, and I went Main Street, Santa Monica, Robertson in Beverly Hills, Abbot Kinney in Venice, and they were magic cookies with magical powers. I would go into shops and tell them I had magic cookies and magical powers, and I started counseling people. Because they go, oh, I need one for love. I would do this. Okay. I went to Whole Foods. They tried them. They said, oh, these are amazing, but you need a commercial kitchen. You need the health department. You need barcodes. You need packaging. That costs thousands of dollars.
Right.
It took us 2.5 years of hand to mouth, working 18 hours. I mean, every minute. And we got into
incredible.
Whole Foods. We were in 11 Whole Foods. They were going wild.
Were they
Flying off the
vegan,
shelves.
or were they?
No. They have all the bad stuff, but they're magic.
But they're delicious.
they don't count.
Right.
They don't have any calories. They don't, because they're magic.
Wow.
Butter and sugar and amazing. But
Wait, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Why can't you be a life coach?
oh,
There are a lot of life coaches in Los Angeles that don't
I'm
have
sort
any
of
kind of
unofficial-
degree.
Yeah. I mean, I could be many things. And I've got to tell you, though, my passion, my gift, just as your gift is your gift.
Is writing.
My gift is writing.
But you also need to pay the bills.
My writing is going to do it, and my tapestries
And
are
I'm
gonna
sure
do it.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. But you also
There's a
could-
children's shop in Santa Monica that is about to carry my tapestries.
Okay,
The
that's
Acorn-
amazing. Okay,
the
so you are
Acorn shop.
making some money to
Yes.
keep yourself
8 to-
going.
They sell for a lot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're incredible.
Thank you.
But also on the side you coach people for free.
I do. I can't
You can't help it.
I can't take money from people who are going through what they're going through.
Right. Because they're mostly homeless.
They're or they've just lost a child, or they've lost. It's not what I do.
Right.
That part is no. So.
I
But-
could tell when you sat down that you're like full of wisdom.
Well, thank
And
you.
especially because of your life's lessons.
And that's all I can say is what I said to you earlier. The older I get, the less I know. So wisdom, I don't know. But I do have a real sense of why I'm here. And I have true stories that are uplifting and inspiring. And the world needs these right now.
Okay, two things. One, when you were you in Santa Monica? Is that where you
Homeless?
were homeless?
All of
Or
LA.
everywhere?
I have
All
lived
of
in
LA.
every neighborhood in LA you can
Okay,
imagine.
okay.
Yes, but Santa
So
Monica was my
what
home.
kept you going? Did you pray? Did you
I do
manifest?
I have a very strong spiritual core.
Right.
I have
Yeah, she's wearing a
but nature, God, and that's where
a crystal.
I don't know what
She's
to
wearing
get
a
it.
crystal.
Yeah, but that I say this because this was given to me, and these, I mean,
It's like a miracle.
yeah,
It's like miracles happen to you.
Yes.
Miracle in your angels
Okay,
and
I'll tell
spirit
you
guides.
something else. I grew up in South India, and the first week that I was there, I met a high Hindu holy man who became my personal teacher for 7 years.
That makes sense.
So, and my father was a humanitarian, but under the Christian umbrella, not
Right.
conservative Christian, So I had both from the very beginning. So my life has been that kind of thing, of getting the input of people who truly were living from their hearts and connected to.
Because
bigger
you're just a
things.
pure energy.
And so whatever it is, that's.
And you've been guided to
I'm
all these
very
places.
connected.
You're
Yeah.
very intuitive.
I am.
And you're very guided, and that's
I
how
am.
you have survived.
It is. I mean, I I have so many friends. I know people who are homeless. I know people who are tremendously wealthy. They are all the same. They all have
Right.
the very same fears. They're just living on flip sides of the coin. The people and the thing is, we need to bring them all together, because these people are afraid of these people, and these people don't really trust these people. Everybody
Right.
just needs to be brought together.
As one.
And that's part of what my stories are about.
So tell us
Life on Earth.
one of your stories.
Well, Life on Earth is a story of Marina and Jim, which is Norman and Francie, living these years. And the cookies are in there, and the Venice Boardwalk is in there, and the homes are in there, and all of LA is in. I mean, it's an important one.
It's really
it
important
gets into
for
the
people.
nuances of being homeless, that there's no way I can do it in just a
But
few minutes.
I see so many, and Nikki, my assistant, was here, and she kept saying, I can't believe how many homeless people are in Los Angeles. Because in Michigan, it's colder, so
It's a good place to be homeless in
not-
in that regard.
because of the weather.
But see, there's so many things that need to be addressed that when you've walked it, you get it. $20 doesn't do it. You've got to have hope. You've got to have a plan. You've got to have something that moves you and drives you, because otherwise there's just this thing that you're just there.
Right.
And you're just stuck, and the world doesn't want you. And even if you're given a place, what are you going to do? It's that. Plus, women need to be safe. My idea was, it sounds kind of bizarre, but when a car breaks down, there needs to be a place where the
Right.
cars get fixed. And then, in addition to food stamps, you need to have gas stamps, so the woman can have a car and she can lock the doors and be safe. Plus, she can get gas stamps, and then you can get a job.
Right.
You can't get a job if you don't have a hard address and you don't have transportation. And you have to have a place where you can, if you're going to take showers at the Santa Monica thing, you got to have a place where
are there showers at the Santa
the
Monica
beach.
Pier? Oh yeah, for the swimmers.
Yeah. And if you go down there at 5 o'clock in the morning, you
Yeah.
see people in BMWs drive up and take their shirts off and go and take showers. There are homeless people in disguise all over the place.
In BMWs.
Oh, yeah. And
Okay, this is fascinating.
these are the new homeless. There are people, and the thing is, you don't want to say you're homeless, because the minute you do, there's this curtain comes down of what's the matter with you.
Right.
So you pretend that you're not. You're not, but you all know. It's like being in AA or something. You spot each other. You begin to see who's who and where's
You
where.
connect.
You do. Just vibrationally, you kind of get it.
But you were never hurt, right?
I was never hurt in that. I have had other things in other parts of my life.
Right. Oh.
But there's also the issue of bringing that up. I was at one time, I was beaten up in Central Park years ago.
Oh, my.
So I had some medical stuff that being homeless triggered. So then what do you do? And this is where different things, a doctor was very kind. Under the radar, she operated on me, because
Wow.
I didn't have the wherewithal to do it.
Oh, my.
So, there are things like that.
Amazing.
And living on popcorn isn't good for your insides, but,
But you lived on popcorn
for 8 years.
for 8 years.
I'm still living on it, actually, because now my body's used to it.
It's used to it.
Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
No, breakfast is oatmeal,
Oh, oatmeal's good.
and the rest is pretty much popcorn.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to wean off of it, but
It's also...
But
it
also,
was
I'm
also
paying
your-
rent now, and I've got a car, so I've got to juggle. I'm still coming out, and that's.
But you're doing it.
I'm good. I'm really.
You're really
good.
doing it. And where are your girls now?
They're here. They're in LA. They're wonderful. I have grandchildren, and
And you get to see them and
all
be
the
with them?
time. We're really great.
And do they have jobs? And
Oh yeah, they're great. They're completely independent.
do
and
they try to
fantastic.
help their mama?
Oh, they do everything for me.
They do.
Yeah, it's just that again, I'm not going to derail their lives.
No, I understand.
So-
Because you're an independent person.
Yeah,
And you have
they
pride and you have
their
dignity.
lives. Yeah, it's very important to me.
But I mean, you've got to be so proud of yourself to have found a place to live and that you can pay bills.
I was
and
taken care of by angels.
You
Yeah.
definitely have guardian angels.
I do. I want to
that
tell
watch
you a
over
little
you.
story. 2 years ago, when the ghostwriting was coming in, I went into Mystic Journey bookstore down on Abbot Kinney, which is it was one of the places that used to buy my cookies.
Okay.
And I went in, and a Buddhist monk, they kind of run around in our lives, in Norman's and mine, put his arm through mine and said, I have something to tell you. And he said, you're going to be made an offer, and you're going to think that you can't afford it. But you need to take this, because from this place, you're going to heal, and all of your dreams are going to come true. And right after that, this place where I am living now was presented to me. And had he not said that, I would not have done it, because I would have felt, I'm not ready to do this. I can't afford this. But I live in Malibu.
That's amazing. Oh, my God. She lives with all the movie stars.
I do. It's hilarious. She
lives in Malibu.
I live in Malibu. I overlook the ocean.
She has an ocean view.
I do. I live in the most exquisite, it's teensy, it's heaven.
A lot of places there are very tiny.
I visualize this place. I visualized
it. Okay, so you manifested it.
I did. It took me I started visualizing it a year into being homeless. It took me 7 years. But it's exactly. I needed to have a view of the ocean, because the ocean became my thing.
Right.
And and it's a combination between India and Michigan. I mean, it's like Lake Michigan. It's India with the eucalyptus and the birds. I raised my girls in Charleston, South Carolina. It's everything. And it's a sacred space. I don't really invite people up. You can come.
It's good to keep your energy protected.
Yeah. And when we went homeless, we sold almost everything, but I kept a storage with just a few things. Everything in there is my treasure.
It's everything you needed?
It's
like
beautiful. Treasures from grandmothers.
Oh, my goodness.
And my mother. And it's beautiful.
And they're things that mean something to you.
Everything in there means something to me. Every single thing. And, I'm also in a place where,
but thank God you're healthy.
Yeah, I am.
I've
got it. Yeah. It's all a miracle. The people who
own
the
are
house
a miracle.
Are angels. I mean, yeah.
You are a miracle. So if there are people watching who are on their last dime, what advice would you give somebody? Because I know that there are people out there who don't have.
The main thing is for me, it's so hard to tell somebody else what to do. It's my spiritual connection. I mean, I had to believe
your attitude.
That there is destiny for me beyond this.
Right.
And that
I feel that about you, by the way. I do feel like you're going to do stuff with all the things you're talking about.
Let me tell you, everyone out there who doesn't have, I never was driven by money. I did not care. Now it's like, all right, because I want to provide, I want to create miracles for people. I don't ever have to live in anything more than where I live right now.
Right. We don't need all the things we have.
I have exactly what I need, but I want to help people because people need help. People need help. When I was in this, it's amazing how many people don't. They don't. They just don't. And you need, even if it's a smile, even if it's a conversation, it's whatever.
But also, it's like I've gone out to dinner and then had a doggy bag, and then I'll see a homeless person.
Yes.
But some will take it, but some will not.
I know. And that's a person.
But is that because they want money for drugs, or
I can't?
Maybe it depends on who the person is and what they're doing.
I can't speak for anybody.
But to give somebody, the first thing we do if we see somebody in need was we want to feed them.
Yes, and if they welcome it, then lovely. And if they don't, then they've got their own reason. Yeah, and we have to respect that too.
You have to.
Yeah, I mean,
we have to.
People. It's really hard.
So
there's nothing. I've gone through a lot in my life. And this, I mean, I have been attacked. I've been in the I've had a lot happen. Being homeless.
Not when you were homeless. You weren't attacked.
No. Being homeless is the hardest thing I ever went through.
Yeah.
It is the hardest. I mean, it makes me cry. It's day after day after day. of not having a little space that is just yours. And for the man, his sense of manhood, you know,
It's dignity.
yeah, they're different things for different people, but it is really
Okay,
a tough
so
one.
your goal now is to do your writing
Yeah.
and get your stories out.
Picked up, and then
Okay,
they
so
can be light beams.
give
and
us your Facebook again.
Francie Lora, FrancieLora.
Okay, and that's her Facebook. If anybody here needs a ghostwriter, God knows
Right.
my books have been written with ghostwriters.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, I love to write.
No, and I've read some of her stuff. In fact, if you want to read some of her things, her blog is old, a little old, but
I've got two
they're-
blogs that are old.
They're fascinating.
Yeah. One is homelessmountain.word. What is it? .wordpress.com. And the other,
Wait. Homeless Mountain.
homelessmountain.wordpress.com.
.wordpress.com.
And then tigressTales.blogspot.com, I think.
Tigress.
Tigress. Like a female
Oh,
tiger.
Tigress?
Tigress.
Say that again.
Tigress. TIGRESSTALES. Yes, tigresstales.blogspot.com.
Dot what?
Blogspot.
Blogspot.com.
And they're both
Okay,
old.
but just if you go to her Facebook and ask what it is, you'll write it out for them.
Yeah.
You'll type it up for them.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you are an inspiration.
Thank you.
I can't say I know how you feel because I don't know how you feel. But you're a miracle.
Thank you.
And I can see that your attitude and your faith has gotten you through everything.
It's faith. It is. It's faith.
And that's what we all need to learn from you, is to keep our faith
Thank you.
and to keep our attitude positive.
Yes.
And when you have projects going on, will you come back and tell us about
Would
them?
love to.
Because I have a feeling you're going to be doing some things.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. I didn't
feel it too.
I didn't really get to review because we have callers coming in and
Yes.
the people want me to call
Yes.
to talk to me.
Okay.
But Francie, thank you
Yes.
so much.
You're welcome. Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're and you're so beautiful. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how old she is, but she's like,
I'm so old.
no, but watch it.
I am.
Watch it.
You know what though? This is also part of the thing.
Right.
How great to be here.
Right.
All these decades.
And healthy and
Yeah.
gorgeous red hair.
I think that it's really important for us
Yeah.
to be very happy about our age.
Yeah. Oh no. I own it.
Yeah.
We all own it. Anyway, don't go away. I'm going to be taking your callers.
Okay.
And we'll be right back. Till the day I am again with you. What an amazing journey this passing over can be. I am in good company. I know you hurt, but please trust me. Our journey together is for eternity. So until the day our souls reunite, stay peaceful and well, and use your spirit's sight. I will bring you signs from up above, a butterfly, a bird, my sign of love. Don't worry about me. I'm in good hands. Stay strong, stay positive, and continue to pray. When it is your natural day to graduate from the earth, look for me in the bright white light. We have completed our purpose, and all will be right. This is handmade. It's signed by me. It's an affordable gift for any occasion. Just go to char.net and click on store. Thank you. Hi, everybody. It's Char. Well, many of you have asked if I teach psychic intuition, and I do. Everybody has a sixth sense. Everybody has an ability to prevent problems and attain goals in their lives. And I'd love to teach you. Just go to char.net, CHARNET, and join one of my classes and call Nikki, and she'll help you out. Remember, intuition will take you places logic never could. Okay, and we're back. And just so people are asking a lot if I do private sessions, and I do. And if you go to char.net, char.net, you can find out about my protection oils. You can find out about private sessions that I do on FaceTime and phone readings. And there's all kinds of stuff there. Just go to char, char.net. Let's get our caller in. 224. Hello.
Hey, Char, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Could you put it up a little bit?
Doing
Hi.
great.
Thanks so much
great.
for calling in. Just be open about everybody, okay? Living and deceased?
Okay.
Okay. And don't say the name unless I say it first. And I'm seeing somebody that's an S or C initial. Do you have somebody close to you that's a C or an S? Or a K, or a K or C, or it could be last name?
Here, see. Nobody's coming to mind right now.
Okay. The other thing I was getting is an R or B or R or D.
I actually think you're picking up a former friendship group of mine.
Okay.
So they're not in my life anymore, but it's a lot of the people that were in
But
that
sometimes I go to the past to get to the present, to get to the future. So was there somebody that was an R or B or R or D?
There was an R.
A male?
A female.
A female R. Is she spelled R-A or R-O?
R-O.
Like Rose or Robin or Roberta?
Close. Yep.
Roberta. Did these people like either turn on you or disappoint you?
Yes. I would say yes to both.
Yeah. I feel like that you were giving and kind, and I feel like they didn't appreciate you and took advantage of your good nature.
Uh-huh.
And it's good you moved on. You needed to, but you don't.
Definitely.
And then I also see a J person.
There was in that friendship group and also currently, so both.
The one that's with you now, is that a male J or female? Female J?
I have a male and a female.
Is there a J-O or J-A?
No.
Is it, in the female's name, is there an L in it or an N?
In the current one, there's an L. In the former one, there's an N.
Okay. Is there a Julie or a Jill?
Julie.
Okay. Is that your friend now?
Yep, she's my best friend.
Yeah. I was going to say she's like an angel on earth for you, and you can trust her.
Definitely is. She definitely is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I feel like it's a new beginning for you.
Okay.
And I feel like I feel like you've gone through a really difficult time.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like a light at the end of the tunnel for you. There's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. There's positive.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're looking to change your work or.
I am. I'm currently closing my my business down and trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, don't feel like you're a failure. You're not a failure. It's just that.
Okay.
I feel like whatever your business was, you did it well. It's just that not everybody knows how to market and get things out. And our world is strange, the way things are with social media. And I just feel like that there's going to be an opportunity for you. Just start going on interviews.
Okay.
And
that's beautiful.
And it would be great. And somebody's going to really want you because you know how to run a company. And somebody's going to want you to run a company because they're too busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, to get the stuff done.
Yeah, but they have the money and they have already an established place. So that's what's going to be good for you. And I feel like Julie's going to hold your hand through all this.
That's perfect because listening to Francie talk, I started thinking, oh, gosh, am I on the homeless track?
You know what? Believe me, everybody is one step away from being homeless. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. People with millions of dollars lose millions of dollars. So turn that negative to a positive and manifest it and be positive about it.
Will do.
Okay. I'm happy for you.
It.
Yeah, and just no guts, no glory. Just be optimistic about taking every phone call, every meeting. Take every meeting. And don't go, oh, well, I don't know if I can do that. Just take every meeting.
Will do.
Okay.
Perfect.
God bless you. Be well.
I appreciate it.
Good.
Thanks.
Of course.
Thanks
Good
so much.
luck to you, honey.
I love you. Thank you.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. 773. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, just be open about everybody living and deceased. I'm excuse me, I'm seeing somebody that's an EL or an E or L. Do you have family like this?
I have an E, but not an EL.
Okay, I see them together usually. Is it an E female or E male?
Male.
Is there an R in that name?
Yes.
Like ER?
Yes.
Or like Eric or Ernest?
No. Ernest.
Ernest? Is that family? Is that family?
Yeah.
Is that
my grandfather.
Your grandpa. And is he deceased then?
Yes.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay.
And there's also an M or A person. M or A.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is that a female?
Yes.
Is it an M?
Yes.
With an R in it?
Yes.
Like a Mary or Margaret or?
Margaret.
Is that your grandma?
Yes.
Is that his wife or is that the other side?
Yes. That's his wife.
So Ernest and Margaret are together watching over you. Now,
Okay.
Did you go through a difficult time in the last year?
Yes.
Did you either have a heartbreak or a disappointment?
I was grieving.
You were grieving because of somebody's passing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
But I didn't talk about that person yet, right?
Right.
Is that a male, the one that crossed over?
Well, actually, we had two at the same time.
Did you have a male and a female?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Were they related to Margaret and Ernest?
One was, but not the male.
Okay, but the female was. I feel like they met, Ernest and Margaret met the female that crossed over.
That makes sense.
And is there also a J or G?
J is the one that would have met Margaret, and Ernest would have met her.
And is she G with an R in her name? Or an L?
No,
or an L?
J.
Is it G with an L in it? Or does it start with G?
No, it's J.
Oh, it starts with J. And is there an N in that name?
Yes.
Like, is it Joan or Jean or Jacqueline?
Close.
Or Jeanette, Janine?
Yeah, Janet.
Janet. Close enough. Yeah, those all sound alike to me. They met Janet, and they're with her, and she's pleasantly surprised of how nice it is in their realm of where they are. Like, she...
Okay.
Yeah, and she's grateful to you because you took care of her. Or you kept an eye on her. You helped her out. And do you have something of Janet's?
Yeah, I have a lot of things of hers.
Yeah, she's saying that she wants you to have her things. So I don't know if there's dishes or clothing or jewelry or something like that. She's saying that she's happy that you have that. So is this your mom or your grandma? I mean, your aunt? Your mom?
My mom.
Your mom. Oh my gosh. Okay, so just know that A, she's with her mom and dad. B, she's happy where she is. She must have been ill.
She wasn't, but she had a sudden health.
Yeah, because she's showing me that there was a health issue. And I feel like she was happy to not suffer a lot.
Okay.
She didn't want to suffer,
That's good to
and
know.
she's grateful to you for letting her go. And there's somebody.
Oh God, that's what I needed to hear.
Did you not put her on machines, or did you have to give permission?
What happened is she had a cardiac arrest, and they got her heart started, and so she was in ICU for a couple of weeks on machines, and We did take the breathing tube out, but she was breathing on her own. But they didn't show any. They didn't show any brain damage on the scans, but based on the fact that she wasn't waking up, we had to believe that she wasn't going to wake up. So
and
we
in
had
fact,
to remove the feeding tube.
In fact, she was already partway in the spirit world. She was already
I knew
seeing.
that too.
Could you feel the energy, her energy be with her mom and her dad?
I could see her eyes that she wasn't in there anymore.
Yeah, she wasn't. She was like, I have this theory sometimes that I've thought of for years, that when somebody crosses over and when their physical body is done and their eyes kind of roll in the back of their head, that they're following the spirits behind them. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And she's thanking you for not keeping her on the machines. You have to know you did the right thing. And
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
There's good news here. That's a bad news.
Okay.
The good news is years from now, when it's your turn to cross over to the other side, she's going to be there waiting for you.
I know.
Along with Ernest and Margaret, and you need to live your life here.
Yeah.
You can't, it was her time to go, not yours.
Yeah.
You understand, right?
Yes, I really didn't expect it. It was completely unexpected. We thought we had more time with her, a lot more time.
Of course. We never expect it. I mean, none of us ever expect it. People have a sudden stroke and then they're gone. I mean,
yeah.
But think about all the positive things that you had with your mom and all the quality time that you had with her, and you'll hear her voice in your head about making choices in your life, and also she'll come in a dream, and when she comes in a dream, you'll be aware of it, and it'll be a message for you, because that's how the spirits like to come. Have you had anything go on, like lights go on and off, or little birds come to the window?
No, not yet. I did ask her for some signs. I think I got a few, but they're kind of where I can't tell for sure.
I have a feeling whatever your signs are her signs. What did anything have to do with nature?
Nature, yeah.
Was it a bird or butterfly or dragonfly or something?
On Mother's Day, we had a chipmunk in our bird feeder that is plexiglass. It sticks to the window.
Oh, boy.
And then one day I had a pair of goldfinches in the backyard, and I never see birds like that.
And those are birds. The goldfinches. You know something? What's interesting is my mom comes to me sometimes as goldfinches, too. That's really crazy.
Oh, wow.
Where do you live?
Chicago. Well, outside of Chicago.
Mine were in Michigan. Well, I'm sending positive energy to you, healing energy to you and your family, and prayers.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I wasn't even going to call today because I didn't think I needed it, but I can't believe I just called anyway, and you gave me exactly what I needed to hear.
Oh, well, God bless you. Thank you. That's made my day. And thank you for trusting me. Okay, be well. Take good care.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
All
Bye-bye.
the best. Okay, everybody. Thanks. Well, that's it for now. I'm sorry for the people who called in and I didn't get to read for you, but I'll be taking callers next week. And if you want a private session with me, just go to char.net, char.net, and talk to Nicole. I'm happy to read for you. And thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me. I want to thank Ryan. Okay, Ryan, Tony's got some competition. I really like having your energy around. Okay, and I want to thank Francie for being here and talking about her homeless situation. Unbelievable. And just remember what she taught us. Faith, keep your faith, and our attitude means the most. And remember, intuition will take you places logic never could. Be well. Bye-bye.